Welcome everybody to our YouTube channel. This is the SPINION, and the SPINION is our opinions on matters concerning sports, mainly basketball, football, because we don't know too much about everything else. I don't say that it's wrong or whack, but we would like to focus on basketball and football.
We might discuss a little bit.
Just that. Yeah.
I'm Rico Parker.
I'm Ice Williams, and you are now watching the SPINION.
Welcome.
Now, to start off today's show, and every show, we're always going to give you our list of top fives.
Top five.
Top fives. We're going to bring the subject to the table. We're going to give you our list of our fives, and we're going to discuss it. Today's top five is top 5 players in the NBA right now. This very moment, right now.
All right. My top 5. First, LeBron James. Second, Kevin Durant. Third is Kawhi Leonard. Fourth, Curry. Fifth, Anthony Davis.
My 5 ain't too much different, but we're going to have to discuss it. My number 1 is LeBron. I still think he's number 1. We both can concede that we still give him the number 1 ranking.
I'm happy to hear that.
Okay. Second is Kevin Durant.
I didn't know how that was going to go.
Even though right now he's a little injured. My third is Giannis. Giannis has a boatload of potential. We can talk about that because that's what we differ, right?
That's a big difference because he wasn't in my top 5.
Okay, cool. My 4th is AD, Anthony Davis.
Okay.
And then my 5th is Kawhi.
It's Kawhi. Okay.
I didn't put Curry in the list because he's such a liability defensively. When they switch him, I know he can shoot the lights out, but man, I'm not really, feeling his whole I don't know if he can get it done.
Oh, okay. So how you want to do it? Number by number?
Well, who's your number 2?
My number 2 was Kevin Durant.
Okay, so we good. Number 1 and 2, we good. We solidified. 1 and 2 is still LeBron and Durant.
All right, now third, you say Giannis.
I say Giannis.
You say Giannis. Sorry, this is my problem.
Okay.
This is my problem with that. If Giannis is gonna be third, Giannis would be able to be third if Toronto versus Milwaukee never happened.
Okay.
But it happened.
It did happen.
It happened. They went man to man, and it's basketball.
Right.
So they basically played one-on-one. The coach was like, you know what? Giannis is getting off. You know what? Kawhi, one-on-one. You and Giannis. Giannis shut down.
I feel you, but I guess I base mine around who would I want to build a team around right now.
Okay.
And I would say Giannis right now is because of his situation. Now, I do agree with you in that situation that he was shut down. But I also think that the coach didn't make the necessary adjustments.
Well, that's true. But this is how I approached it. You approached it who you want to build a team around.
Right.
I approached it skill set.
Okay.
Wise. It's like I know with Giannis, to put him at the third spot right now is too much for me because what we doing with a player like Giannis is we're projecting. We're saying he was already in the MVP this year.
Gotcha.
He's already, able to improve a team so much. Whenever you talk about Giannis, is when he get that jump shot, when he can shoot from 10 feet, he can't shoot from 10 feet. Right now, he can't shoot from 10 feet.
MVP, you didn't even put him in your top 5.
I didn't give him MVP.
Oh, okay.
Look, I personally would have voted him. I don't dispute that. You can't argue that because it's a regular season award
and his numbers,
and you got team success. His numbers, and he impacted the game offensively and defensively. But the playoffs happened. It happened. If it never happened, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
For the first time in my whole entire life, I'm gonna concede.
Okay, wow.
That's why I brought my man to the show with me because it's like he good opinion. He had good argument. So who was your 4th?
My 4th was Curry.
Okay,
but I kind of feel you with Giannis. We may even want to drop him down to the 4th. AD.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he has weakness, and I think that we're going to see that this year.
Skill-wise,
the skill set, the things he could do on the floor on both ends.
I agree. I love AD. Of course, I'm excited about what's going to happen with him and the Lakers this year.
Right.
The reason why I put Curry at 4th is because it's tough to leave Curry out of the top 5. Because the reason why is because the accomplishments over these last, what's been like 4 or 5 years.
I feel you, I understand, but a reason I feel like I'm gonna sway you in this one is it's team accomplishments. Like, so that this year for me is going to determine how good Curry really is. Because you don't got Clay, you ain't got Durant, you ain't got Draymond. Where AD still been giving you them big time numbers, and he's been without the cast of characters that you've had.
Well, absolutely. It's hard to argue against AD because I love AD. To me, I feel like the question during this run for with Curry, with Durant and on the team, it's been Kevin Durant that needs to answer the questions to me about whether he can do it himself or not.
Right.
Curry proved it. Curry was a 2-time MVP, the first unanimous MVP, and he changed the game with the way that the court just tilted on its axis, and the whole NBA changed around Curry.
I think it changed because of Curry and Clay. See, I feel like it tilted on his axis because you couldn't focus on Curry because you had.
So you give him. You're saying Curry and Clay. It's about the Splash Brothers.
It's about the Splash
not about
Brothers. Because like I said, he handles the ball well. But when you cannot focus, when you talk about basketball, and I can't focus on a particular player because I got somebody else on the other side, and then when Durant came, I got somebody else over there. You can't really double team this team.
I agree, especially as soon as Durant got there.
Right.
That's a really interesting argument.
Then the flip end when they played the Cleveland Cavs, the switch
and
Curry,
and he doesn't have good. He never has good finals,
right?
Which is
I'm just saying just the fact that when I want to make a switch, when I want to get a bucket,
and defensively,
I throw a ball screen and throw to Curry. We seek him out and we go to work on this guy.
That's true. That's true. My only rebuttal to that would be across. The conversation is always about Curry. Maybe Clay should get more props.
Absolutely.
And maybe how I should approach it is it's about the Splash Brothers.
Right.
More than it's
I
just
think
about
Curry gets more of the headlines because he does a lot off the dribble. And because he is the point guard.
I can roll with that.
And the percentages, they both shoot 40% from the field. They both hit their free throws. But you seen this year how important Clay was to the team when Durant was out. And in the finals, they needed Clay. I think they would have went to Game 7 with Clay there. I'm not going to say they would have won, but I definitely think they would have went to Game 7.
I see where you approaching it because Clay is like the glue. He getting you on the defensive and offensive side. And there really can be no Curry without Clay. That's what we're going to see this year because if Clay can't guard the best offensive player, then Curry's going to be a problem. But Curry's a 2-time MVP, unanimous MVP. And Clay's not on either of our top 5, and he, if we do top 10, he may not make that either.
Right.
So,
but Curry would definitely be in my top 10. I think he's one of the greatest shooters of all time. I just can't give him that top 5. And based on the beginning, how I would start a team, as what great as he shoots, I would probably go with one of these guys before I pick him.
Okay.
Or whatever. My 5th was Kawhi.
Okay.
I'm not sold on Kawhi like everybody else. I think he could play. I just think systems and situations help his success. Like I really feel like if Golden State was healthy, we wouldn't be talking about them. We gotta give him credit.
We would
coming out the East,
but it happened.
Yeah, you're right. I give credit for coming. That's why I got him on number 5.
I feel you. I wouldn't say I appreciate Kawhi's game. I appreciate
absolutely.
It. I appreciate it
as a basketball aficionado.
Absolutely. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan.
Okay,
but I appreciate Kawhi's game. It was hard for me putting Kawhi at 3, and under above Curry and Anthony Davis.
Why was it hard though?
It was hard. It's hard for me because I just recognize, it's because like you said, he's benefiting to me from team success.
Yes,
just like we gave him something with the Spurs. Toronto. This needs to be said for the Spinion. Let's just make this known. Toronto was winning first in the East for what was it? It's been like 3-4 years. Absolutely. Everybody is acting like Kawhi came, and now Toronto is first. No, Toronto lost to LeBron James every year. The greatest player in the game right now. They lost to him. Right. So. Listen, if Kawhi put him over the top, that's one thing.
Okay.
But we give him way too much credit to Kawhi.
But I think we give him credit because would they have made it this far in East this year with DeMar DeRozan?
I believe so. I believe so.
No.
The reason why I believe so is because both of all the teams that they beat in the East, they all have deficiencies.
Right.
Philly, is Ben Simmons ever going to shoot? And is Embiid's ever gonna stop?
And let this be known right now. If you're watching Instagram and you see clips of Ben Simmons, if he's not shooting a jump shot, it's not even worthy of being seen.
And I'm tired of seeing him shoot jump shots and pick up basketball.
Absolutely.
Shoot the jump shot. You know, where's Lethal? Where's somebody at Lethal Shooter?
Right.
And tell him to go find Ben Simmons and work on the mechanics of the jump shot. He's still fading. You know, that's another conversation. But he's still fading left and right. I don't want to see him, you know.
Yeah, I got you. Listen, I just, like I said, Kawhi is, I think he's better than DeRozan. I think he was an upgrade from DeRozan. I didn't like the way they did DeRozan, but I still think he was an upgrade because DeRozan seemed to feed off Kyle Lowry. I know they was best friends, but DeRozan didn't really get off, whereas Kawhi got off without Lowry getting off.
DeRozan didn't get off against LeBron James. It is not Toronto. That's one thing about when LeBron James beats a team. Right. People don't give credit to LeBron James. It's the baby Raptors. They froze. Right. Listen, this man went coast to coast and hit a left runner off the left foot. You remember
that's
those
similar
games?
to when Michael used to own the Cavs.
Absolutely.
Everything he used to do.
Absolutely.
So I got you with that. But Gasol was a big
exactly. And Gasol was a huge pickup. Siakam's growth from 1 year to the next, and Lowry actually stepping up in the big moments.
And Van Fleet was big for them.
What if Lowry stepped up in those moments when? And what if Siakam would have been the player he was? And what if they had Gasol? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because those games with Cleveland, you know, they came down to the final possessions. You know.
They did.
If Kawhi, if Philly doesn't blow that game and Kawhi misses that shot, and I'm not the if person. Don't think I'm gonna y'all to death.
But you got to play that a little bit.
But if Kawhi doesn't hit that shot, he's not number 3 on my list.
He's not number 3 on the list. But if he hits the shot, he's number 3.
And he hits the shot, he's number, because you cannot. He won the championship, and if we have to respect the accomplishment of it all. He won the championship, and he was considered the best player on the team.
I got him at 5, so it's not too much different from 3. And I think he was consistent. That's what I like about Kawhi. You know what you're getting when you get from him. You're going to get 25, about 7 rebounds, a couple steals, and some blocks. And he stepped it up a little bit in the playoffs, which I always like. I always look at a player like, what are you doing in the playoffs? If your averages are still the same, I'm kind of leery. But if your averages go up in the playoffs when it really matters, then that does say a lot about you. So like I said, I got him in the top 5. I didn't have him as high as number 3. I don't even think this year is going to determine how good he is because he's got Paul George with him, and that's a good road dog.
It's a good road dog, but I think, like you said, a lot's gonna come. The cream's gonna rise to the top this year. It's gonna be, duos all across the NBA. We're gonna talk about that in a second.
And I couldn't give him.
Anthony Davis will rise to probably number 3.
On another end, no, I couldn't give him 3 because of his cornrows. I just don't understand how all the time.
It was a couple times this year he was fresh. He was like, they are really definitely making a effort to make him marketable.
Seriously, like they trying to bring him back, things like that or whatever. I'm cool with it, and then the double dribble. You know what I'm saying? Nobody saw, but I did. If you was watching, man, you be doing something.
And I just didn't think, from watching the great players that we've watched, Kawhi didn't give me that in the finals. He was not dominant in the finals.
I don't think nobody was special. I just think he was solid enough, and because of the competition this year, that's all it really had to be. Like if Durant was there, he was gonna have to be special.
If Durant was there, Durant
played the average.
That's why Durant, to me, I'm like, number 2. You can't take it away from him because in 12 minutes, he showed us he is leaps and bounds above Kawhi Leonard. It was nothing Kawhi Leonard could do.
Okay, before we go up to our next segment, we always got to talk about, we're still talking about top 5. We're not going to really cover it a lot, but we'll say top 5 of all time. Who you got for top 5 of all time?
Top 5.
Start from 5 to 1.
All time. Number 5, Tim Duncan.
Ooh. I got Kobe.
We can discuss that. Number 4 for me is still Larry Bird. 3 Magic, 2 MJ, 1 LeBron.
You got LeBron as the all-time greatest player?
I do.
Y'all hearing this first. This is going to be a big disagreement.
I do.
I got Kobe, then I got Wilt, then I got LeBron, I got Michael. My number 1 is actually Kareem.
Okay. Okay.
And I get ridiculed about that all the time. But so then I got to go with you. Some people say from a skill set, like you got ball don't stop out there. You got a lot of people saying from a skill set. We talking about Kareem and then accomplishments as well. Nobody's going to trump Kareem's accomplishments.
No,
I mean from high school all the way up, he was just been Mr. Everything.
Yeah,
I mean his team as a freshman at UCLA, he's the number one team that won a national championship in the inter squad scrimmage.
He was ahead of his time.
And then that shot, it's not been duplicated. It's unstoppable.
It was unstoppable.
And it's like
I'll say I can't remember the exact name of the book, but I wish I could. I read this basketball book like when I was a kid, Shaq and everything. And the guy said something that really just stuck with me. And he said it's a matter of preference with Kareem because he was a center. But his game was more finesse. Mm-hmm. You know, just how he approached the game.
I agree.
And that's not my preference for a center.
Okay.
So that is why
similar to as if you was drafting.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
Okay.
And it would be Shaq.
Right.
You know, so I'm gonna say it would be Shaq. So it just depends on a matter of preference. But it's very hard to argue against Kareem, you know, because like you said, there's accomplishments wise, he's still first in scoring. Won all of those championships, but again, he benefited from great teams as well, right? With the championships that he won, you know, and at the same time, it's like, you know, are we talking young Kareem, old Kareem?
Right.
You know,
that's why I think helps his greatness.
That's why LeBron is giving buckets. So you know,
right. So here goes the thing. I hear what you're saying about benefiting from great teams, but every center that has won a title has had a great team around him because you have to build from the center on out. Basically, a lot of teams.
But every team, everybody didn't have
except
as great a team as Kareem.
Right, but you talk about the teams that won. You talk about Shaq when he won. He had Kobe.
Yeah, but Kareem had Oscar Robinson and another player on our top five.
Oscar was terrible until he got to Kareem as far as winning success rate.
That's what. But so you feel like Kareem is the best center to ever play the game?
Kareem to me is the best center to ever play the game.
But then I don't. So that's why he didn't make.
I understand. To me, no. Everybody has his. Yeah. But like I said, when numbers don't lie, what am I saying?
They don't. I mean, and he had the longevity, which allowed him to get that. And it's hard to argue against Kareem. And he did Game of Death for Bruce Lee. So I mean,
but the biggest discussion is how you have LeBron over Mike and Kobe, which is a national, international, universal discussion.
It's to me, it just depends on how you wanna view it. So do you want to view it through the lens of nostalgia or like you were there?
Now we both agree. Now I can say that because you just said that we can both agree that a lot of it is era based.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
But we were there.
Right.
I was there. And one thing I hate about it, I want to look into the camera right now because one thing I hate about arguing with people with MJ, I'm an MJ fan.
Okay.
When Michael Jordan was playing, I wanted to be like Mike. You were there. Everybody didn't want to be like Mike. Look at me in my face. The way people are hating Ron, it was some of y'all that now sing Michael Jordan's praises that were hating on Michael Jordan just the same.
That's right, because you was hating on him when you didn't want to, when everybody wanted to be like him. He made you like him.
No. Because people want to act like they like him. No, you don't get to like him after he's finished playing.
So hold on. You mean to tell me, because you got Bird on your list, everybody hated Bird because he played for the Celtics.
I didn't hate Bird,
but as a player, even if the players is like,
we know that what type of thing that is, and they didn't appreciate. It's like, who is this? Right. But Larry Bird fried Dr. J in the finals. I'm sorry, he was out of this world. And one thing that nobody can argue with me about top 5 when it comes to Bird and Magic. Because listen, they hit the ground running. We talking about college. In the championship together, soon as they got to the league. Magic, first year, Bird, second year. But it didn't take them, when we talking about Michael, Brian, all of those guys.
But why did Magic hit the ground running and get to the title?
Well, he was playing for the Lakers.
And he was playing with who?
No. Okay, let's talk about it. Because when Kareem got hurt, Magic was a better center than he was.
Oh, no.
He dropped the triple-double.
No.
He dropped the triple-double.
Hey, first of all, he was 3 assists short. And the fact of the matter is, when you have one game to play or a possibility, you've seen, like for instance, we can talk about the Toronto Raptors Golden State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they had that one game, when they thought it was going to be one game without Durant, or when Durant came for them 12 minutes, he had to come out because he got hurt. How they stepped up and still won the game. That's why I think Magic was a situation of the moment. They didn't know how to basically account or how to play him.
Absolutely.
Because they were used to playing Kareem one certain way.
Absolutely. But it happened, and it was greatnest on display. Absolutely. Because he was capable of doing it.
Right.
And which is what we were talking about even when we mentioned earlier Giannis and Kawhi matching up. The only problem was Giannis just had something he wasn't capable of doing. If he was capable of doing it, he would already be.
So why do you say that LeBron is capable of surpassing Mike?
Because I was there. I watched Michael Jordan. I watched almost all of the games, and I watched LeBron play. I have to go by what my eyes are telling me. I remember Jordan being just so much more of an athlete than everybody he was playing with. I mean, Jeff Hornacek, for crying out loud, was matched up with Michael Jordan.
It was Byron Russell, not Jeff Hornacek.
They were playing the same position. That's why you had to put.
But the primary defender was.
That's why you had to do that, because those were the shoot like those. If we just start naming off the shooting guards in the league at the time, I watched Jordan struggle against the other players on our list, the Birds, the Magics, just struggling to win until
Bird called him a god after he played.
I get that in a loss, right. And so I'm not all I'm saying is I count it all. Right. I count it all, and everyone that wants to talk about Michael Jordan, it's almost like, you know, the argument is, well, 6-0. Well, he wasn't just 6-0. He played for more than 6 years. He struggled inside of that time. I saw in LeBron James, I saw a player that hit the ground running, did a lot more winning in the playoffs than Michael Jordan did in the beginning of his career. And I give it to LeBron because of my eye test. There are more things on the basketball court that LeBron James can do than Michael Jordan.
I beg to differ. I've seen Michael Jordan when Rodman was out for being suspended, because you know he always did. I seen him go and get 17 rebounds in a game or whatever. Everybody keeps talking about this 27, 8, and 8 that LeBron averages.
Yeah.
And it's good. But nobody understands. And if you look at your history books, and I got to go to numbers in this, Michael has a season of 32, 8, and 8. With over 50% fit.
I'm not saying
32, 8, and 8.
This is the thing.
10 years leading the league in scoring.
One year he did that, and the other years he led the league in scoring. He was also, I love Mike, but he was also a gun. He shot the ball 31 times a game.
50% from the field, though. I can see now when we talk about Kobe, that's why he down in this. If you shooting 31 shots a game, you only shooting 45%, or like James Harden, volume. But Michael was 50%, right? 55,
and he was like,
from the field.
And he was 18%
his shot selection,
3-point line.
His shot that just goes a point to my shot selection. And then when I need to hit the three, like against Portland, when I hit 6 in a row, LeBron is the same way. That's why I like LeBron.
Okay.
When it calls on him to shoot the ball, when they try to take something away, he shows you that he can do it or whatever. So they took, okay, we're going to make Mike shoot the deep one. Okay, I'm going to show y'all what I can do or whatever. I don't know if they neck and neck. I think Kobe should be in a discussion or whatever. I don't put him in a discussion because I think his teams were just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody even accounts that Clint Rice was on his team.
I'm not putting Kobe in a discussion because if you're talking about Kobe, you're talking about Michael Jordan light, and I'm just not gonna. I mean, he. You watch Kobe, you got that film that shows. Right. It was literally just like watching. It was like watching somebody just imitate Michael Jordan from the way he shoot his gun to hold his shorts. You know, I'm into original people, and that's why I choose. That's why I choose LeBron as my number one. It's definitely for me A and 1A. I hate when people try to act like it's not a discussion. To me, a perfectly built basketball player is LeBron James.
Absolutely,
as LeBron James, and it could have, like you said, it could have just been the way LeBron approaches the game. He's giving himself more of an opportunity to display all of the skills that are at his disposal with the assists. You know, when LeBron just feels more like so much like a hybrid of all of those players,
like a Magic and a Michael together, and then approaching the game and just just how he approaches everything, being an original and doing it his own way. But I'm a fan. So
this is what we're gonna do on YouTube. When you watch our station, please comment on the sections below about this segment. Who you feel is better. You're gonna have your opinions, and we respect them highly. Please don't put no slanderous things on there, no vulgarity. Just keep it all clean, keep it all copacetic. You could think I'm just downright putrid for what I'm saying, or you could think he's basically asking.
We know they always.
It is what it is. We love the discussion all the time. I put Kareem up there, so I already know I put myself out there. But I'm a basketball historian, and the numbers for me speak for itself. That's why I got Wilt on my list. You know what I'm saying? Because he was something of dominant. You talk about triple doubles and averaging 50 and 25, but then they said, well, look who he was playing. That's a different era. He can't control the era that he was playing.
And the highest recorded, vertical, had so many skills.
So check it out. This is the Spinion. It's going down.